Damn.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Y'all know what it is. Late night sports. I am Andre the George Robinson, the 5-star. You know Mookie Hawkins, the coach, aka the coach, aka Skip, is gonna be in here. We got Nina in the building too, right over here. You see this laptop? Is she in here? She ain't here. You gonna get to see her in the moment. Yeah, there she go, showing her face.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah. You know it. Oh yeah. This is about to be a hot show, folks. Hot show. I want to make sure y'all remember last week when it was all good just a week ago. It was all good just a week ago. I promise y'all, this is about to be an excellent show. Get ready. Y'all going to laugh. So make sure you share this to your mamas, brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, and everybody who watch sports. Even if they're connected family-wise or not. Family, friends, go on, get them. Go ahead and get them because this is about to be a fun show. I'm telling you. You ain't going to want to miss this one. You ain't going to want to miss this one.
Especially here at the facility, getting to know my teammates, trying to, earn their respect and earn their trust.
Oh yeah.
Getting to know the coaches, getting to know all the people that make this organization go. Like people that work in the cafeteria, media relations team, the janitors, and people that work in the front office. So it's just getting to know everybody and introduce myself to everybody.
Oh, suck it up.
With Coach McDermott, it's been great. Honestly, my very first conversation with Coach McDermott, it was one that made me come here. I was a believer in Coach McDermott. Like right when I flew here, I was still, on the fence about, just to be honest. But when I talked to Coach McDermott, and I just felt his authenticity. I felt that he was genuine. I felt that he was real. And I feel like that was a coach that I want to play for. So, being around him, I'm learning stuff. He's learning stuff from me. I really just pay everything that I've learned before me forward. Like, everything I learned around Peyton Manning and DeMarcus Ware and Coach Kubiak and Coach Fangio and all the great defensive coordinators, Coach Jones, everything that I learned from all these guys, I just pay it forward to the players and the coaches. That's all. There's nothing coming from me. It's just everything that I've heard from great players and great coaches around me. Success you've had in your career in the organization, but based on your experience here so far, you compare this program.
Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. We about to be on Wufo Late Night Sports. It is the 5-star of the coach, and Nina.
Gang, over here.
Gang.
Hey.
She over here. Go ahead and show your face one more time. Just show your face one more time.
Hey,
Let me know what it is. Yeah. It's going down. Yeah. Right here. There she go.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah.
It's just it's all love. Every team is different, but the similarities that each team has had.
Christy, what up?
Great
What's good, Christy?
And we got a great roster of guys, great leaders in the locker room.
It's gonna be a whole lot of fun. You don't want to miss it.
All the teams that I've been
All right, so we're gonna do Bills OTAs. Well, we recap game 5 first. Then we do OTA. Then we'll do OTAs.
I call it the summit, not the power on, because it's not a place.
So we're recapping game 5, okay?
What, first?
Yeah. Recap game 5. Then we're gonna do Bills OTAs.
I've always been a fan of just being around
auxiliary.
great players, being around
And then we're gonna do game 6. Then we'll get into the WNBA draft and all that stuff too. What's good, sports world? Welcome to Late Night Sports. I'm your host, Mookie Hawkins. On the ones and twos, my guy's not playing hooky. DJ Reddy Roberts in the building. They didn't pay the ransom money for my guy tonight. And we got my guy Andre the Torch Robinson, Rise Up Family Extraordinaires in the building. And we have the lovely Nina is in the place. So you know we got NBA action on deck. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. I guess you asked and you shall receive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You've been summoned.
You asked for me?
Yeah, water, wind, power activated in here. Oh,
Hey,
y'all was acting up last week.
Don't ever ask for me.
Oh, yeah, I'm asking.
This is how he comes in here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's how he comes in. We got Jamal Lewis in the building. We're gonna have ourselves a full. We got full.
Oh, this is gonna be a whole lot of fun.
We get another one,
yeah.
surprise visit. We got ourselves a full visit. Jamal, I don't know if you met Nina.
Hey, I'm Nina.
All right, Villa Maria, Alfred, Cardinal here, all that good stuff.
Okay.
But got ourselves a great show. All right. Listen, we want to know what your life like, sports world. All right. Make sure you hit me up 716-837-1112, man. You know what to do. And now everybody's been, paying close attention to Bills OTAs. What that thing is going to look like. We definitely going to dive into that. We also gonna maybe talk about the pass that I should have caught today in the back of the end zone today, but we might not. But there is NBA finals going on right now, and it's deadlocked at 2-2. My guy Torch is like he was right, so he get a chance to speak his piece today. You know what I mean? And we definitely gonna dive into that. What you laughing at over there, right now?
It's 3-2, good brother.
Thank you. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But I'm not gonna let him do you like that.
So,
it's gonna happen.
Like
Whether you hear or not, it's
You
gonna
like to
happen.
roast people, really? You do.
Oh yes, I'm not. Oh, it's coming. Oh, you wasn't here last week. You was not here last week.
They can't see the faces, but you be making faces.
Oh, they can see it.
I'm with all of that.
Oh, they can. You are live. I forgot.
Oh, they gonna see it.
That has never
Ready.
been an issue. Okay, that
oh, this is gonna be a great show. I can't wait.
An issue. Speaking of this show is being brought to you by, Posh Pleasures Boutique. All right, make sure y'all hit them up. They located at the Fillmore Avenue Express Flea Market right there at 1870. Fillmore Ave. Shout out to my girl Tiffany. They're going to be proud sponsors of today. So, I had to get that going since this is, Juneteenth on top of Black Restaurant Week, right? So, I guess this is our month. If that, it should be our month every month. But this is the month, I guess, they give us to, celebrate our culture, our heritage, whatever the case may be, even though it should be celebrated every damn day of the year. It just sometimes that bothers me when,
when they select the day.
Yeah, when they select the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole thing about that. And it's only like 30 days out of how many days? You know what I mean? Like, really? That's not, I wouldn't even talk numbers that way.
But they finally they made it a paid holiday. Thank God it's a paid holiday.
Right about that. You're right about that. I can't complain about that, but still at the end of the day, I applaud that, that you get a day out of school.
Yeah, they're going to make sure we get our little scraps.
Yeah,
I guess that's cool already, right?
That's cool.
If you say so.
It's not your 40 acres and a mule, but,
Not nearly.
I guess it's a baby start, inkling.
But you'll pay me a little bit, and I got to come to work still.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right. That'll suffice.
That's fine. You know what I mean? So, we got ourselves a good show. We're gonna chop it up. And then we're gonna, maybe I'll let Nina or Torch come up with who's got to go segment. We'll do that towards the end. No matter what, if you don't know the rules of who got to go, you can name 4 players at a specific position, whether it's any sport. And, got to debate on which one got to go. You've got to keep 3 out of the 4. You know what I mean? What would be your 4?
Oh, so we got to keep 3.
Yeah, keep 3 out of the 4.
So I'm going to name 4 people, and we got to keep 3 out of the 4?
Yeah,
or
and we all got to figure out who goes. Who
goes? Okay.
Who got to go? You know
okay.
what I mean? So, maybe I might have to make y'all flip a coin to see who's going to come up with their.
Okay. I got lots of coins in my purse.
Uh-oh, she got.
I got to keep
You got a baller in the building.
No, I got like quarters, dog, because they got a little
right.
candy machine out there, so I got to keep some coins on me in case I want a snack, you feel me? So I got some little quarters in my purse.
Malata draws, by the way, y'all. You know what I mean? If y'all don't know, check her out, on Twitter. And,
Instagram, YouTube.
Wufo. Yep. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. So, Torch, I know you've been waiting for it. You know what I mean? When we left here on Monday, it was a tight ball game. It was a tight ball game. Don't you be nodding your head. You weren't here. Like you was watching it or something over there. No, you weren't watching it. You know, you got guys on there like he not like, wasn't even watching. My man Finley called in and all that. You don't even know about my man Finley calling in. He won tickets to Patty LaBelle too.
Go ahead, man. Get yours off so we can go ahead and move on.
Oh, don't try to be slick and try to don't do that. Don't do that. Because when y'all was acting up last week, I was just sitting here. I was sitting here being cool.
I don't believe you was sitting there.
Oh, I was sitting. Oh, yes, I was. I promise you.
Okay, George, the floor is yours.
So,
Game 5.
DJ Ready, first and foremost, everybody that's nationally listening right now, ready. I hope you got a sound effect for all the wrong comments that was made last week. Every single one of them. I hope you got the Price is Right fail horn. You got something like that. I just remember a whole lot of stuff going on. Yeah, I need the Price is Right fail horn or that zonkers that Wayne Brady got when you pick the wrong door. Okay. You know. Listen. First and foremost, I just want to run this down. Mookie, you said that Milwaukee was going to beat Boston. We know how that turned out. You said Miami was going to beat Boston. We know how that turned out. You said that Boston was going to beat Golden State 6. We all know how that turned out. You said Golden State couldn't beat Boston in Boston. Hold on, you had Water Ring Power Activate over here right along with you when I was saying wait for it. They didn't like that last week. Yeah, they didn't like that last week when they were talking all this junk. We know how that turned out. You told me Steph Curry had to hit 40 to win any game, and all the players in Golden State had to hit to win games. We know how that turned out last game, too. Last I checked, he didn't even hit a three-pointer, and y'all still got beat by double digits in Game 5. Game 4, what happened? What happened to Al Horford? He was so excited about Al Horford. Oh, what was that term you used? Young legs. Remember that? Young legs. They always gonna be in there. In fourth quarter, the young legs versus the old ones in game 5. We see how them young legs really turned out. They turned into frog legs in the fourth quarter last game. Jason Tatum can't hit a free throw because he's too tired. Jaylen Brown, what happened to you, bruh? Marcus Smart, the only thing that was interesting about you in Game 5 in the fourth quarter was your hair that they were showing after Steph Curry and Jordan Poole and all them going by you. Al Horford, you done played 15 seasons and done been on doggone every team possible damn near. And what happened to you in Game 5? Oh, that's right, 9 points, 9 assists. I thought Draymond Green was the triple single. You was looking like a triple single in Game 5, sir. What happened? What happened to all this energy they had ready to ride in Game 3? What happened? They were so excited. It was, they ain't going to beat Boston. Boston going to win this thing in 6. They ain't going to win at all at home. I told them the magic number was 100. I thought y'all told me Golden State don't play no defense. AKA Skip, Mookie, AKA Skip. Do you want your snicker bar now or later? I just want to know. I got two of them things for you. Right, and an EV card just in case.
Hey, Tort.
I'll say mine.
Tort.
Yeah. What's up, ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Oh yes, I love it. He's lucky I got the toilet flush on back. Like yeah. I'm just
the price is right. You effed up.
Listen, when you done totally messed up, y'all done messed up. Y'all was having a good time last week. It was all for the game. You wasn't here for this. They was acting a total. They had it all in. Listen, I ain't never seen him go so hard last week in my life, and I done been on 5 years worth of shows with Mookie.
Right? Look.
Go ahead and give me the excuses.
No excuses, but you gotta kill the southern accent. I'm about to uninvite.
Oh no! Don't do that. That's the Shannon Sharp voice, aka Skip. Water Wing Power Activate.
Honestly, if Andrew Wiggins closed this next game out, 20 plus MVP.
I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I've heard that
That's
already.
My only take. I don't really even, it's still going to 7.
Oh, it ain't going to 7.
It's going to 7.
It's over.
It's going to 7.
It's over.
If anybody could beat them back to back.
You know how. Did you see game 1, though? Did you see game 1? You
it
won't go to 7.
Oh, no, I ain't going to 7.
You can't say
it ain't going to 7. I'm going to tell you why it's not 7.
Tell me why it's not. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's hear
because Boston right now is like that little boy in the pond. They bleeding in the river, and the sharks. They just swimming around. They ready to bite. Jaws ready to get in. That's what it's looking like right now.
Nah, you got that reverse.
Listen,
you got that reverse.
No. The Sharks is Golden State right now. They thought the Sharks was Boston. I don't want to hear nothing from y'all. Yeah, baby Shark over here and Shark and Daddy Shark over here, Jaws over here had a whole lot to say last week. They was over here acting up. Listen, it's over. Steve Kerr done figured them out. Remember, Boston ain't lost 2 games in a row since March. They just did 2 games in a row, and they did not score 100 points.
So what makes you think it's going to be 3?
Yes.
Exactly.
You want to know why?
Exactly.
You want to know why? Because of inexperience and because these guys are tired. You had 3 days off, and you came out like that. You guys.
But you got to give it to them. They actually did good in the third quarter. They've been crappy every third quarter. Game 5, they actually did the best in the third quarter.
Do you remember we used to ask LeBron James could he play 4 quarters? Do you remember that? We used to talk stuff about him giving up 4 quarters.
Everybody talking about LeBron.
Well, Boston need to learn how to play 4 quarters because I was told by 2 people on this panel right now that Golden State don't play no defense. Well, 3 games in this series says Golden State has held Boston under 100 points 3 times. 3 times. I told y'all that the ceiling for Boston was
like that because they were strapped up. They could have been off and all that. You sitting there acting like
man, you go ask
got straps on top of just putting the.
You go ask Charlie Clips to go get New Jersey twerk. They was that strapped in.
He had this rehearsed.
Ain't nothing rehearsed. Ain't nothing rehearsed. Oh, ain't nothing rehearsed this morning. Oh, no, ain't nothing rehearsed. Y'all had a whole bunch of fun.
That was
the baby Shark and Jaws over here. Both of y'all, I mean, y'all had it.
But here's the thing. It's just not gonna happen 3 games in a row.
I don't believe so either.
Okay. Y'all said.
Listen,
I just want to remind you once again of the indiscretions. Y'all said Golden State wasn't gonna beat Boston in Boston. It happened. Y'all said that Golden State wasn't going to beat Boston without Curry going for 40. It happened. Y'all said that all of them had to be hitting to win against Boston. It didn't happen in Game 5. Matter of fact, Curry didn't even hit a 3-point shot in Game 5. He didn't hit one. He had 16 points, and Wiggins went for 26.
So just because he didn't hit one this time, you think that he's just going to just hit all the shots next time?
No, but I think he's going to have a way better game than 16 points in Game 6.
Okay.
And mind you,
but you think that the other players is going to be consistent with him having a good game, and then all of them just going to start playing well?
That was Andrew Wiggins' best game.
That's good.
In years. Exactly. So what makes you think he's going to
do that again? Years?
Not years. No, it actually not.
For sure, his best part.
We must be talking about Buzz Lightyear's.
Hands down.
No, it was one of his best games. I'm going to say in years. Yes, he showed up.
Oh, this is best postseason playoff because he ain't never been this far in the playoffs.
Hey,
obviously. Go ahead, Rod. Thank you. Please, thank you. I just want to say, somebody.
What is that?
That's the zonkers noise. That's Wayne Brady. If you don't know, the zonkers noise.
And you know what's even worse?
Don't do Wayne Brady.
I ain't know y'all was in cahoots. Already Robin Torch was in cahoots.
No. Listen, y'all was in cahoots. Last week.
I send in my special songs too.
He was for that noise.
Y'all two was acting up last week. Listen, let me just say that.
What happened last week? I missed it.
All right.
One at a time. Okay. I feel like I'm the teacher in kindergarten class.
Oh, he gotta get his joints off.
And Torch the one that you gotta sit outside the class because he always doing so. You gotta sit his desk outside. You gotta do his work outside.
Now, Nina, what are your thoughts on the Game 5 recap? What are your thoughts of where they go to state play? And how do Boston force a game 7?
Yeah, I thought that Boston, they just started out kind of slow. They didn't have that same energy. And it really was surprising to me that in the third quarter, they actually kind of started to get it together, which is kind of unusual for them because normally they're notoriously known for being terrible in the third quarter. So I don't know. They just couldn't pull it off. And, Wiggins just all of a sudden goes off for the first time. Not for the first time ever, but in the playoffs. You cannot say that he's a consistent player. Really,
Wiggins
you can't see his faces right now. But
Wiggins can't be going off just one time in the series in order for anybody to have consideration of him being the MVP. He done had a couple good games. Not this ain't the first.
He did, but at the same time, he's not consistent. You cannot say he's consistent.
It could happen, but it
won't happen. Steph Curry is definitely MVP if they win this series.
I believe. I think they give it to him just because he's Steph Curry.
It's going to 7
because he's. Yeah, I think it is going to go to 7.
Listen, I told Mookie before the show. I'm telling you right now, if they win tomorrow and hoist that trophy up Thursday night, Sunday's Father's Day show is going to be razor
They better win tomorrow
sharp.
because they're not going to win a game 7. How about that? They better win tomorrow because they're not going to win a game 7. I know I took them in 6, but it don't mean that I won't take them in 7.
Ready? Hit that noise one more time.
So what are you going to do when Boston win game 6 and it's a game 7? You going to ask them to hit the button again?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to know why? Because I got the button hit on me silently last week when y'all was acting up in here last week. Y'all two...
Right.
I think I got the footage from last week when y'all had a good old time. It was a good old time for y'all last week.
Time in here.
It is what it is.
I know. It is what it is.
Night,
when they host that trophy.
That's that get back. What they say, the young kids saying, get back don't got a date on it.
You know Mookie already. Mookie already said this ain't his team. If they lose tomorrow, he already
said ain't my team. I mean, they ain't. I said that before this even started.
You ain't claiming the side chick now.
I don't deal with side
chicks. JT going for 30 plus. We can side bet that. Okay. Put that on your FanDuel.
I signed that.
Sure.
Yep.
I was second and third that myself.
You said 30 plus?
Indeed.
He's not going out bad. He's not going out at all. Actually, he's not.
If you think he's going out bad.
No, I don't think they going out bad. They're not going out bad. But what I will say is Boston better blow them out tomorrow night because they not winning no other way. If they don't blow Golden State out, if they don't come out for 4 quarters with full energy, that I haven't seen for 3 games now. Steve Kerr done figured them out. I want y'all to really understand that they scored. The top 3. What was that? The big 3 y'all was talking about last week. They scored 64 points out of the 94 they had in the last game.
But you have to realize that this is one of the most sloppy series that we've watched finals wise in a long time.
Last week you was not mentioning that word sloppy.
Golden State play sloppy and the C's play very sloppy. It's a lot of turnovers.
Oh, well, guess what?
Yes.
I'm going to tell you this. Last I remember, y'all told me Golden State don't play no defense. I can't hear that.
They probably played one defensive game out of this entire series.
One?
You want to act like they've been coming with straps.
Hold on, top.
It doesn't occur to you that they could have been, Boston could have been off shooting. You know what I mean? You just look at a score and probably think that, Clay locked them down or Wiggins locked them down.
No,
right?
The defense was good enough, though.
The offense probably was good enough, and those boys wasn't hit.
If it was just good enough, don't put that in your argument and say, y'all said. Okay, we get it. We said that.
No. You did say it. You know you said it. I just got to remind everybody nationally that you said it.
Indeed.
All I'm going to say is this. Golden State still in this series, to me, has not hit their ceiling. 107 is not Golden State's ceiling. 104 is not Golden State's ceiling. We've seen 120 and 116 from Boston already. And then we've seen a bunch of yeah. As of late, yeah.
As of late. Yeah. So once they
they're gonna have it again?
Once they win these next 2, then
here we go.
Recency bias will make you believe that.
I promise you. I promise you. If Boston win the next 2, I will literally come on this show and I will say, Mookie, you the man. You was right.
You the man because you spoke it into existence. Everything you said has happened.
You sure you don't want to concede to that? Right.
Legitimacy behind why I'm the
man.
man. Don't just tell me I'm the man.
I didn't say zero chance. No. I didn't say 0 chance. If I was the weatherman, they probably got a 40% chance right now. Out of 100.
Well, there's a good thing that you're not the weatherman, isn't it? Isn't that?
I might be. No. Wait for it. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, wait for it.
I tell everybody what they need to wait for. You need to wait for us to come back so we can really chop it up about, NBA Finals Game 5 is, out of here. Now it's all about Game 6. So we'll, tap into that. We'll also tap into Bills OTAs. Make sure you keep it locked and legendary. You're tuned into the Wufo 1080 AM on Power 96.5. We'll be right back.
You still live?
Yeah, of course. I need one more person to step up for Boston.
We all want Boston to win, I think. I think we all rooting for Boston except you.
You do know that I got it on video. You earlier came in here and said realistically Golden State.
Realistically, I think Golden State will, but I don't think Boston has no chance. Like you really broke Boston.
I'm definitely. Oh no! You wasn't here for these two last week.
It was crazy.
They was going nuts. They was going 8. You wasn't here. It was planted at the 8s last week. Literally, Commissioner came back Sunday and was like, "Mookie, I never seen you go this hard in my life." He literally gave it. Well, you know what though? I keep telling them this is great radio talk. They better know this. This is great radio talk. When they don't ever get this again, no, I can't say nothing. What was I saying? You said a month and a half ago? Make another hove. Make another hove. When they don't get this great sports talk ever again from people like us, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Hey,
because they had their chance.
Yeah. Man, listen. See, they think we really going at it right now. This is a go at it situation. No, this is all in fun. You can't get this. Where are you getting this? In Buffalo. Where else you getting this sports talk from in Buffalo?
I don't listen to other radio stations.
Oh,
I'm not a trader. I like Wufo Sports.
I'm glad. Oh, I listen to others. I'm not a trader.
Who you listen to?
Oh, I listen to plenty.
I'm not a trader.
I'm not a trader.
I mean, I work there, so.
You know, I gotta listen to the other. I gotta listen to the other joints to see what the hell they talking about.
I watch podcasts all day.
Not much. Not much. Not much. Not that boring stuff I be hearing on a certain AM station. Quite boring. It ain't this enthusiastic. It ain't this energetic. It ain't this much fun.
We do got that energy.
Yeah, you gotta have fun. You gotta have a whole lot of fun. Craig, what's good, man? I'm tired.
Now that's crazy that you and Rob is locked in like that. I just didn't know that. I didn't know.
I told you I was loaded today.
I gotta bring my own DJ, huh?
I was gonna be loaded today. Man, y'all had me last week. I was over here like, I got to put it. We want to put it last week.
I mean, you're hyping it up so much. I kind of want to take a peek at it now.
Yeah. It was a good time, I tell you.
It wasn't a good time for you.
Yes, it was. It was.
He was sad here. He was here sick.
Welcome back to Late Night Sports. Once again, I'm your host, Mookie Hawkins. On the ones and twos, my guy who liked to play hooky on Monday but show up on Wednesday. DJ Ready Rob is in the building, you know what I mean, on this hot summer-like day. And, you know, we got the torch in the building. There's another reason why it's hot in here. Yes, Rise up, family. You know, we got you know, Nina in the place, you know what I mean, stay in their case. And, you know, we got Jamal Lewis in the building, man, you know what I mean? He ain't going for nothing, you know what I mean? He come in here like, he come in here, you know what I mean, just like smooth, like nobody even know, like smooth criminal. Just like nah, bro. We're not having that. But do keep in mind today's sports show is being brought to you by Posh Pleasures Boutique. Make sure you hit them up. They are located at Fillmore Avenue Express, the flea market, right there at 1870 Fillmore Avenue. They specialize in a lot of intimate apparel and oils and all natural hemp lotions, man. So make sure you go indulge and see them on a day-to-day Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. All right. So nevertheless, Bills OTAs. Let's just get away from the Celtics Golden State Game 5 right now. All right. Let's chop it up about Bills OTAs. I know that's been going on. Mandatory OTAs. Jordan Poyer's at camp. All right. Do anybody got a problem with that? All right. What are your thoughts on Jordan Poyer? After all of the hoopla surrounding that he wasn't going to show or he needed to get paid. But in hindsight to what happened today, Mika Fitzpatrick, right? $4 million extension.
Highest paid safety ever.
The wifey had something to say about that.
Well, what I will say is, no, I'm not against it. It shows that he's an ultimate team player. He plays a safety position, which is one of the pivotal key roles on a football team in general. That's the quarterback of the defense, right? Besides the linebacker, the middle linebacker. So my perspective is he's showing extreme professionalism, but when it comes to handling business at home and making sure you get your bread and that what's due to you is given to you, that has to be handled.
It's due to you. I get that, but at the end of the day, this is the business. I mean, you figure what you want to get him, man. He earned a raise. I mean, just being all pro. You know what I mean? So go ahead and give him $3 more extra $1 million for this season, extending for a second year option, and then it's a business, right? Bills win this Super Bowl, they might pull that money back. Who knows? But
it leads me to ask this question. Not even when you have the wife speaking up respectfully, right? Are other people saying, or other people that's in the mafia saying, would we have rather gave that big bag to one of our own when you give all that money to Von Miller like that? Would you have rather? I'm not saying that's coming from me. That's not from the horse's mouth, but I'm pretty sure because that's relevant.
Okay,
that money could have went to one of our own, somebody that we, raised them up.
Let me say this: you get what you pay for, right? You get what you pay for. He's paying Jerry Hughes and Mario Addison $10 million apiece, right? So what's the difference in paying those two guys $10 million apiece for 6 years, where we can get Von Miller for the same type of money? And he's a proven commodity.
It's a fact.
And he brings a much more different threat to your defense as far as like what you already have. So yeah, you pay for that. I mean, teams wasn't game planning for Jerry Hughes and Mario Addison. They just wasn't. So now defensively, they're gonna have to. Von Miller is gonna have to be accounted for, whether he's lining up on the right or on the left. It's gonna have to be accounted for. So as an offense coordinator, as a head coach, you're definitely gonna scheme to where Von Miller is going to be on defense. And, that's going to open the doors for other players on the team to thrive. So, that's what you pay for. You pay for that guy with that experience, that Super Bowl knowledge to get you over the hump, and they believe in that, and you can see from OTAs, how these guys are responding to that and what Von Miller is doing, just period, setting the standard, setting the tone is, that's going to carry over into the games.
So ultimately, your solution for the poor situation is throw him a couple more million.
Give him a few dollars. I mean, give him a raise for being on pro. You know what I mean? You on pro this year, and if the highest paid safety is getting $13 million, all right, we giving you $9 million. All right, here, take this $4 million. And then, we'll restructure deal. You have a second year option. But, I mean, let's be realistic. They still got Dawson Knox.
We don't want him to leave.
They still got Devin Singletary. They still got to figure out if they're going to resign Tremaine Edmonds. They already got Ed Oliver picked up in his 5th-year option, so he's on the team this year and next year. Then you got to start figuring out, how much money you're going to have left in the kitty for Gabriel Davis if, he happens to have, a breakout season, and I guess he's going to have one because he only caught 35 catches in total last year compared to his last game.
But even with me being an at-the-crib GM, everybody you just named, I want my safety to get paid before all of them.
He did get paid.
Everybody.
He did get paid. Let's not forget that he was getting paid top dollar at that point in time when safeties were getting the top dollar. It's just that the market always resets itself. If you get paid, Jamal, 10 years, $200 million contract, guess what next year person contract is? 10 years, 250. And it goes up and it goes on and it goes on to the point where you feel like, well, damn. I ain't, I'm still putting out the numbers. I'm still putting out the numbers, but I'm not seeing that in pay grade.
Right.
And I get that's where Jordan Poyer at. You know what I mean? But you still have to understand where the Bills are at with it too. You know what I mean? So they meet halfway. I don't see that it couldn't happen. It should happen. Right now him and Hyde came in together. They're the most longest Bills besides the long snapper. You know what I mean? Other than that,
10-year bills.
yeah, the longest 10-year bills on the team. So them not coming to voluntary minicamp, I get that. I respect that. They earned the right for that. But they showed up at mandatory minicamps as professionals do. And, they looking damn good. I'm telling you that now. They looking damn good. So good that, Josh was in the building too. You know what I mean? And I had to ask him, like, naturally you being the leader of the team, right? How do you manage that when you got other, like, alphas in the room, such as a Von Miller, a Stephon Diggs? Like, how do you lead leaders? You know what I'm saying? So, I had to ask Josh what was his biggest challenge regarding that. And this is what Josh had to say.
Based on being the leader of this team and what makes it consistent or just being a teammate. Again, I think with the guys that we've brought in, guys like Vaughn, Mike and Jordan being back, Stephon, even Gabe kind of stepping into a leadership role. We share the burden around us. And I think the locker room and the guys that we have do such a good job in communicating and, putting our expectations out there. And again, we've got the highest expectations out of anybody. I know you can look at the media and you can hear different word after different word and different thought after different thought, but we're here for one goal, and that's to win a world championship. So we're trying to do everything we can do, and again, we're not putting too much pressure on us because we know what to expect. But in terms of going out there and executing, we're just trying to get better and play the best football that we can play.
Bill's Breakdown was being brought to you by Brothers Restaurant and Bar, located at 475 Ellicott Street, right here in the heart of the city, as well as Mimi's Place. Make sure you go ahead and get you some deep fried steak egg rolls right there at Mimi's Place, 173 High Street on the corner of Michigan. So, Torch, what was your thoughts on, what Josh Allen remarks was regarding that?
Again, I like his remarks. Being a leader amongst other leaders, I like it a lot. He's learning from a lot of these guys anyway. He has matured since 2018 from when I first met him. Not really paying attention to a lot of the hype that's going on as far as the Super Bowl talk and him being the best quarterback, things of that nature. He's not really paying attention to that, and he's focused more on how can I lead this team to a championship. With that being said, I don't want to step off the conversation, but Mookie, you took the words right out of my mouth when you mentioned Von Miller earlier. Took the words right out of my mouth because 5.5 sacks a year ain't getting it. It's not happening. Mario Addison and Jerry Hughes, yeah, you could get Von Miller, get that money to him, and he could pay. I get what you're saying about Jordan Poyer paying him because guess what? I'm gonna tell you how important Jordan Poyer is. Micah Hyde just got paid $18.5 million a year. You don't think that other teams be watching Jordan Poyer? You think that they ain't do that on purpose to add some more fire to the fuel already? Or you gonna pay Jordan Poyer? Are you gonna pay him?
He's
Where you
younger,
gonna pay him?
He's
Right.
younger, so he gets that's the pay scale. The pay scale when Mika came in was way higher than Jordan's when he first came.
Absolutely.
In. So you gotta look at that dynamic too. You can't look at because Jordan was all pro and he deserved this X amount of money. He's 31 years old.
Right, he's 31.
What I mean? To where Mika Fitzpatrick came in was probably making Jordan Poyer's his first extension with the Bills as a rookie.
Mookie, would I be amiss or wrong to say that Jordan Poyer after this season may not be a Bill?
I mean, if a team want to pay him more money, if that's what he's looking at, if that's what his aiming point is,
this is my answer. Not if they win the Super Bowl,
right? If you want to win a Super Bowl,
he'll be here.
Right.
He'll be here.
If
he want to win, if he want to continue to win Super Bowl,
absolutely. I totally get that.
Right.
He'll be here.
Oh, I believe that, but we've seen plenty of players who say they want to win the Super Bowl and then go to another team.
You gotta go get their bag, right? Tyreek Hill say, "Yeah, I'm gonna get my bag."
Now
he'll never win again.
The other thing is,
want to be that guy.
Ordorf gonna shell out. Ordorf and Brandon Bean gonna shell out $18 million to Jordan Poyer. Is the other question you gotta ask yourself.
They're not gonna do that.
Right. They're not doing that. That's why I mentioned it.
Actually, in the new NFL, anything is possible. It's cool to say that might not happen, but
I mean, who the top safeties paid right now?
Somebody got to break.
Was it somebody else just paid too?
I hear he's a cornerback, but I mean, that he knew he was going to get that. Like these rookies know coming in, Okay,
Oh, Kyer got a
it's a
big
pay
bag?
scale.
No, Jair.
Oh,
It's a pay scale. So for instance, right, Kyer Elam, right?
I thought that's what you were talking about.
So in 4 years, Kyer Elam is going to make $20 million a year, easy. This is his second contract. It's going to make that money. That's what the scale calls for. If his numbers are,
Oh, you said Jair?
No,
Kyer, the Bills' top draft pick now.
the guy from Florida.
He's going to cash out his next contract.
Oh yeah.
He's going to cash out.
Okay.
That's just how it works. You know, so a veteran who's been in the league, I can feel where they probably feel slighted, but at the end of the day, this is how the pay scale comes.
Well, why do it feel like the Rams don't even have a
man? Right.
I'm in a cap.
Because there's so many
like
trips
it's
to
no
the trade.
cap.
Kansas City did it too. Paid Mahomes all that money, and they have pennies to their name.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why can't Buffalo do it with 2 safeties?
Well, they can, but at some point you got that comes to.
And they have a corner, a D tackle,
It comes
linebackers.
to be an issue because that's a lot of dead cap space. You got to pay those guys regardless, pushing it back.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you don't want to be caught out there with just all these guaranteed money and these guys ain't producing. So how much money you gonna have to replace down the line?
Well, Von Miller not getting 120 million per se either. He's not gonna play all 6 years. He'll probably play three, half of that.
If the Bills go to 2 Super Bowls out of his first 4 years,
he'll be there.
He'll
be there.
Yeah,
but by the way, he'll touch all his guaranteed money. He'll have all his guarantees under his contract by then.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's constructed that way. It's a win-win scenario for him. You know what I mean? It's just that they just got to win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? That's just where it's at.
This one.
You got to win a Super Bowl. You know, with the team that they got, with the coaching staff that they have, there's no reason for them not to win the Super Bowl.
And we don't got to rush Trey White back. Everything is ideal for us right now.
Well, you know what? You like that 4 game. See, that 4 game is in my mind now because we sit up here talking about Bills players, right? Well, the 4 game is in my mind. So let me ask you this question, Coach, and everybody who here. If you had to get rid of one player because of their contract, which one would it be? Trey White, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, or Tremont Edmonds? If you get a contract extension, which one is going bye-bye?
Edmonds easy.
You can't put that all in.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't like that one. That's a bad one.
You can't put that because their contracts is not going to be all up at one time.
Do a better.
But if you still had to get rid of one, they still eventually gonna all get paid, right, and still be on the team.
But that's a bad one because we all would pick Trey Edmonds.
Well, no. Let's answer the man's question. Let's answer the man's question.
At some point, they all getting paid. All of them.
He said Trey White,
Poyer, Hyde, and Edmonds.
And that's easy for me.
I'm just going to break it down to how the contracts are right now, realistic. And if that was to happen, I'm paying Tremaine Edmonds. And, our pro safety will probably have to test the market. I mean, from the business side of it, you got to test the market.
Which one? Hyde or Poyer?
Poyer.
Oh, see. Poyer.
replaceable. But
What
that's
I'm
in another decade.
Now, he's replaceable. On our Super Bowl run, is
No,
one
he
of the
isn't.
tandem of
No,
our
he
safeties
isn't.
expendable.
No, he isn't. Not right now.
No, you have to pay him.
Not right now. He isn't.
You gotta pay him, and you gotta keep them together.
right.
You
Pay
have
who?
to. Gotta
Oh,
pay
Boyer?
your safety. I'm paying my safety. I love you, Edmonds. That's cool. That's Danny.
See,
But
that's why I asked.
We gonna go let him be sweet somewhere else.
See, that's the question. See, this is all
He may
in.
not pan out. You see Jalen Smith.
Listen,
Well, we didn't draft James.
my
No,
guy,
I'm talking about the Cowboys did.
my
Yeah,
guy.
but he didn't fit their scheme. Like, he's a cover. Like, he'll fit well here in Buffalo because he's a cover linebacker.
My point
He's not
is,
a run
he did
stopping
not pan-
linebacker.
He did not pan out. And
Right,
they try to
because
pay him. They try to
the
give him that
Cowboys are
bag.
putting him in positions to where he has to tackle. That's something he struggled with. He's a cover linebacker, if anything. Go back and look at his stats. He's a cover linebacker. He'll fit well here in Buffalo because that's all we really do. One stay in the box and sniff things out, and the other guy covers.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he didn't fit well in Buffalo. You know what I mean? But he just, he went to Dallas, and that's not their scheme. Some people go to places where they're just not scheme fit, and they play horrible.
You just basically kind of, in a way, fed into some of my point because Edmonds is not fitting in our scheme right now.
You're
He's
absolutely
just
right.
not.
He is not. He's not fitting in the Bills scheme. He's the true
Sometimes
Sam
he out there and he
linebacker.
looks like he don't
He's
know.
a true side linebacker, but they need to make him play aggressive. They need to blitz him a little bit more. This year, I think that's going to happen, though. I think you're going to see a more aggressive Tremaine Edmonds. You're going to see him blitzing. They're going to give you some nice disguise looks where he's going to look like he's going to blitz. He's going to drop off in coverage, show you his length.
Fire, don't he?
No, this is all I was gonna say is me and my guy.
This is the year that he's evolved. This is the year he has evolved. You look at everybody that the Bills drafted, 90% of them has evolved within year 3, year 4. Right? At some point, Tremaine, he regressed. You know what I mean? But now it's no excuse. You know what I mean? So they picked up the option. They believe in him. So I trust the Bills' development, and I think that this is why they revamped that defensive line. You know what I mean? Because it keeps him clean, so they can really see his true game. You know what I mean? If he doesn't do well this year with this new and improved defensive line, then of course, I won't pay him neither. You know what I mean? So it's just like what they did for Josh. They put the necessary pieces around him to see what they're getting.
Yep.
Now on the defensive side, that's been number one. What are we getting in Tremaine Edmonds, knowing that we have the proper pieces in place surrounding this guy now? And, can he be that leader like a Jerry Hughes, like a Lorenzo Alexander, and be the anchor of the defense and make plays? So this is it for him. All right?
Me and Mighty Oba always talk about organizational moves.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I bring this up.
You got to do that. Shout out to the Mighty Over, by the way.
Shout out to him.
For the building. But nevertheless, Dina, Game 6. You know what I mean? Game 6. What are your thoughts on Game 6? Who will win and why?
Before I say anything, I want the Celtics to win. I truly do want them to win, but I think that Golden State is going to win just because it's a chance for them to make history. I believe it's going to be, in 8 years, it's going to be like their 4th title. So they're not going to let that go so easily. They have a lot of experienced players that have played together for a long time. Clay, Draymond, Curry, and now they have Poole as an additional, splash brother. So I want the Celtics to win.
I did that on purpose.
I want the Celtics to win, but I think realistically, this is Golden State. They live for this. They live for these moments. So it's hard for me to say that the Celtics will win, even though I do want them to win. But yeah, so I mean that's my honest thoughts. But yeah, I'm not giving you a high five because I want the Celtics.
I did that on purpose. I knew that was coming.
All right, Jamal. What are your thoughts on game?
The C's were green, and we got them in 7, and that's it. Yeah,
All right.
that's where it's the torch.
All I'm gonna say is, Golden State has found out how to win a game without Steph Curry going 8. Steph Curry ain't repeating, and Clay is a Game 6 killer. Let's not forget, Game 6 is Klay Thompson's playground, especially on the road. So, with that being said, I'm going Golden State wins 105-101.
He can score.
Specific score.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Scoring.
Boston gonna score 100 points. You're gonna hear. Listen, this is gonna be the whole
Take that
thing.
score to the Cino.
You should take it right to the
I'm not gonna
Cino.
win.
Take it right to the
I'm
Cino.
gonna win.
Boston is gonna score 100 points for the first time in the series and still lose.
That's what you predicting?
Absolutely. 105, 101.
You said first time in the series. Wait. What
No,
do you
no.
mean?
First time in the series scoring 100 points and losing.
Oh, okay. I see.
Absolutely.
Now I'm taking the C's. 105, 101.
The trophy will be I like that.
That's a good
This
score.
the Golden State Warriors will be hosting the trophy in Boston. There will be no let's go put the trophy back like they did with San Antonio and the Miami Heat. And they having it like that. And Curry will get his fourth, and everybody will be talking about where is Steph Curry placed on the all-time list now.
Are you done? You done?
Oh, you want me to be done? I should go all over again with all the things that you had said in this NBA playoffs, Mookie, aka Skip.
I started this early for you.
Excuse me. My good brother and Torch don't know no better.
Oh, I know.
Now we're going to see. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that they don't have killer instincts in them, but we're going to see if they got it in. Yeah. We're going to see, because if they really want to close this thing out, they've been here before. Close it out.
Sharks.
Close it out. But when they don't, you don't think that morale shift is going to happen? And once again, Boston don't care where they play at. They already showed you they did that on game 1. They could do it during game 7.
Yep.
They could do it during game 7.
That's
You
want Boston to win so bad now.
I mean, I predicted them in 6. I ain't about to say I'm going with Golden State because that.
One more time, ready?
You know what I mean?
One more time, ready? Yeah, we know that ain't happening. Go ahead.
Once again,
telling you to go ahead.
When Jason Tatum,
bad for us.
When Jason
It's
Tatum,
bad. They better fight back. They better
They
fight
better.
back.
They better.
pulled out, you was mad hurt. Mad hurt somebody.
All right.
Because they're going to take that and they're going to go back to Golden State, and it's just winner take all at that point. It's winner take all.
That's right.
It's winner take all.
In San
It's
Francisco.
winner take in San Francisco.
Absolutely. Yep.
Listen, Golden State ain't got it in them like they the Chicago Bulls or something, even though I know Steve Kerr played on that team. But
this ain't that.
This ain't exactly. This is
Okay. Okay.
This is
I said
Sunday's show gonna be real ready sharp, razor sharp.
the refs ain't gonna let that happen.
Oh, now you adding the refs in here too?
Those calls that
What was the refs that game
those calls
for?
that Marcus Smart wasn't getting when he was being aggressive going to the rack.
If Draymond don't follow
The
the
same calls that Marcus Smart wasn't getting when he was being aggressive going to the cup.
Mm-hmm.
You do that at Boston, you don't think he's gonna get that? He's gonna get that.
Oh
But
yeah,
they
I'm
definitely need
sure.
Marcus Smart to step up because he has been a no call no show in this entire series. So if he can show up, you know, it's definitely going to help Boston force a game 7. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's a lot of factors come into place. I just don't think that
Sunday show gonna
Golden
be
State
razor
is going to
sharp.
win 3 in a row against Boston.
I
don't even recall if Boston won 3 games in a row, lost 3 games in a row all season.
Come on now.
Oh, they
But I want to
make
say,
that
I want to
happen.
say also, you know what, Boston, they're when it comes to elimination, they had, you know, they're 3-0, so they don't want to be eliminated either. So,
Oh, I like that. I like that.
but I mean, obviously, like
Golden State know that.
Of course they do.
Steve Kerr know that.
Of course they do.
Them sharks is swimming. They smell blood.
All right, well, you can't be like, you know, both sides like keep.
You're a bit on the fence, Nina. I can't lie.
Ooh, I told y'all earlier.
We're not aiming to attack you, but it's kind of like
On the fence.
I get what you guys are saying. I'm just trying to say, no, I'm not going to say. I'm just trying to state the facts. Let's get this out here. I want the Celtics to win 100%. I do. I'm just stating the facts that they have a lot more experienced players that have played together, you know, but the Celtics are my guys. I like the underdogs.
I'm telling you, baby daddy. I'm telling Jason Tatum what you said.
They scoring 100 points, Nina? They scoring 106 in game 6?
Why wouldn't they? They can score more than who? But you talking about the Celtics or Golden State?
Boston.
Why wouldn't they be able to score over 100?
In Boston.
It's at the crib.
They didn't do it the last time.
It's at the crib.
They didn't do it the last
It's
time.
gonna be a show.
They didn't do it.
The show didn't. They ain't did it, what, 3 times this series?
Win game 1 either. So
That's
what-
all
what's different?
Golden State about to Golden State.
Gonna do?
It's the Sharks. You know what's about to happen.
Crying all the time.
Oh, okay, they cried all the time. But the only one that's gonna be crying over there in Game 6 is
All
Jason
I know is
Tatum.
Boston's gonna win Game 6,
Mhm.
and then what everybody got to say about Game 7. All right,
Ooh, Razor sharp
That's what I'm
on
saying.
Sunday. I can't wait.
you know.
It's coming. The time is ticking. Tick tock, Mookie. Tick tock, brother.
Wait on that.
Wait on it. Exactly.
Wait on it.
That's
Don't
right.
forget, hey, make sure y'all wait on, Juneteenth. All right, it's going down. You know what I mean? Make sure you come check us out. Wufo Power 96.5. Go and be around at Juneteenth. Catch us on the float. You know what I mean? All weekend long. We're going to be there. We got our Black Music Month coming up. You know what I mean? And don't forget to go support all Black-owned restaurants, man. Once again, Loyal's famous Lasagna Mimi's Place, Rose Bar and Grill, Brothers Restaurant and Bar, Taste of Soul. Make sure y'all go indulge in those places, please. And once again, special shout out to my peoples down at Posh Pleasures Boutique. Make sure y'all go holler at them, man. They located in the Fillmore Avenue Express Flea Market. That's 1870 Fillmore. If y'all don't know that location, it's right directly across the street where the Ravens Little League football team play at. Y'all should know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, from Nina, Torch in the place, Jamal, and my man who likes to play hooky every Monday except Wednesdays, DJ Ready Rob. I'm Mookie Hawkins. Choose love, not hate, and wash your damn hands, man.
My name is Lakeisha McClain. I'm an African American
Nice.
business.
Oh, you got snacks like that, dude. What's up?
Oh my
Always
goddamn
come with the
Snickers.
snacks. What else you
I give my damn
Goddamn
Snickers.
Snickers.
Oh, you gonna need it. You gonna need it.
I ain't hear that.
Coming up. I'm telling you. Boy, it's gonna be hilarious come